Babe, please stop trolling and just join the Twitter board of directors.
No, 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 no.
No, I don't think I will.
He tried it.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I'm going to be trying to bring you the news a little bit earlier in the day rather than starting at 1, 2 o'clock. And today, we've got probably the real reason Elon Musk decided randomly in an about face to quit the board of directors at Twitter. Now, everybody's using corporate speak, and Elon Musk has not made a particular statement at this time, but I'm pretty sure I understand exactly what happened. Now, there are a lot of people out there that were holding on with dear life, with just hopium to the max, that Elon was going to walk into that board meeting with a cowboy hat on and yell out "wild card" and change everything. But I knew better than that. And I still believe that this was just a meme for Elon based on all the tweets over the weekend that he ended up deleting. However, there are now hopes that his backing out of the board means he's going for a hostile takeover of Twitter, a Game of Thrones style takeover, which is exactly the kind of entertainment we would need in 2022. Even if I don't believe that that's the case, I will cheer for it nonetheless. Now, first and foremost, I won't bore you with all the crazy details because I see Tim beat me to the topic, but Elon Musk drops his plans to join the Twitter board, and then he deleted his weekend tweets. Now, his weekend tweets were basically like, oh, hey, Twitter's dead. These top accounts don't tweet. Or, hey, let's remove the W from Twitter. Or, let's turn Twitter's headquarters into a homeless shelter. And I assume that he got in trouble for that, quite frankly, because as a board member, he has what's called a fiduciary duty to not be doing anything that memes on or displays his own company in a bad light. And once they told him he couldn't dunk on Twitter anymore, I think that's exactly when he noped out, to be totally honest. And I would not be surprised if he sold his shares and walked away from this immediately and sent out some tweet about how it was never worth the time in the first place. However, Elon Musk rejected Twitter's offer to join its board, an abrupt turn of even as he suggested ideas in a barrage of tweets ranging from removing advertisements to dropping the letter W in the social media's company name. Neither Twitter chief Agarwal nor Musk discloses the real reason for the rejection, although the Tesla boss later deleted those tweets, which included plans such as an authentication checkmark for Twitter subscribers who pay $3 a month. The board held many discussions with Musk, Agarwal said in a note passed to the site on Sunday, while warning of distractions ahead. The latest twist in the Twitter saga stoked chatter on everything ranging from the possibility of a total buyout to Musk trying to stay clear of the U.S. SEC's scrutiny. Musk was expected to join the board on April 9th, following his disclosure of a 9.1% ownership of Twitter shares, but the role would have capped his stake at 14.9%. Now, this is the data. This is the fuel for now this clears the path to Musk just acquiring a majority of the company and executing a hostile takeover. But I'm not saying that won't happen, because I hope it does. But I am certain that this wasn't the plan, because he had agreed to join the board in the first place. Sources told Reuters that Musk had asked Twitter for a board seat even before the company's invitation. With the rejection, Musk, who is now the company's biggest shareholder, is free to raise his stake above that limit. I believe this is for the best. We're going to get into his serious copium post, and everybody in the replies who claim to know exactly, what a genius level IQ person had planned all along. No. That's why you're subscribed to me. I know what the genius level plan of Elon Musk always was. You don't need to listen to those twidiots. Musk's net worth is set at $274 billion by Forbes, responding with a face with a hand over mouth emoticon on Twitter that he also later deleted. Because he can't really be screwing with the company's public image as a board member and a massive shareholder. You can see here, you have to assume that over the weekend there's been an awful lot of toing and froing, and that it does feel like he's been pushing boundaries to see how far he could go. AJ Bell analyst Danny Houston said he was never going to want to be constrained in the way that Twitter clearly would have wanted to constrain him as a member of the board. Musk, who calls himself a free speech absolutist, has been critical of Twitter, disclosed in the stake on April 4th, and said he's planning to bring about significant changes at the social media platform. We had originally thought the equity cap and board seat was originally intended to handcuff Musk in many respects. Think he is unlikely the type of individuals who will now just sell his stake and walk away. Twitter shares were marginally higher at 46.40 in a choppy Monday trading. They rose 27% back when he bought into the company. I know earlier this morning the shares had declined, but you see Fox reporting Elon Musk not joining Twitter's board could lead to Game of Thrones style battle, according to an analyst, quote unquote analyst. Elon Musk could be preparing for a Game of Thrones style battle against Twitter following news that the Tesla executive will not be joining the social media platform's board. Now, I believe his original plan was to sit on the board, and then once it became a nuisance for him, and once he had heard the word no on certain things, he just noped out. And then now that he's left the board, he may decide, I'm just going to buy another, $5 billion in shares and own something like 35% of the company. The board and I had many discussions. Here's the Paraj Agarwal. I'm going to get to his statement in a second. Musk joining the board would have kept his Twitter stake at 14.9%. We already know that. His board term would have expired at Twitter's 2024 annual meeting. Wedbush, securities manager, director of equity research, Dan Ives, speculates that the board and Musk could not come to an agreement around his communications with the public on Twitter. That we agree on. Adding that a board seat would have likely required the billionaire to take a more quiet stance. This now goes from a Cinderella story with Musk joining the Twitter board and keeping his stake under 14.9%, helping move Twitter strategically forward, to a likely Game of Thrones battle between Musk and Twitter, with the high likelihood that Elon takes a more hostile stance towards Twitter and further builds his active stake in the company, Ives wrote in a client note on Monday. That's why people didn't sell off. I believe that's why people didn't sell off, is that they think he's going to just double and triple and quadruple down. In our opinion, it's likely paths 1 or 2. Ives believes that Musk's possible scenarios moving forward include joining with a private equity partner to force a major strategic change or sale of Twitter, offering various proposals for the platform changes, or reducing his stake. In our opinion, it's likely paths 1 or 2, with the street now focused on Musk's next poker filing stake in Twitter move in this ongoing soap opera between Elon and Twitter. This, if we look at the Paraj's tweet, it's essentially corporate speak that doesn't really say anything. It's just a classic, say nothing while putting a bunch of words. It's directly, it refutes itself in just 3 paragraphs. Elon Musk has decided not to join our board. Here's what I can share about what happened. The board and I had many discussions about Elon joining the board with Elon directly. We were excited to collaborate and clear about the risks. We also believe that having Elon as a fiduciary of the company, where he, like all board members, has to act in the best interest of the company and our shareholders, was the best path forward. The board offered him a seat. This is the reason, okay? This is the reason that he left the board. Nobody can really wrap their head around exactly what drives Elon Musk to do the things that he does, because he just is on a different level than most of us, okay? But what this is translating to say is that we gave Elon a position on the board so he would stop roasting Twitter, and then within days, he spent the weekend roasting Twitter, so we had to, and then we told him he couldn't do that, and that was the first time Elon Musk had heard no in 15 years, so he walked. That's exactly what happened. Now, his future plans, we'll talk about. We announced on Tuesday that Elon will be appointed to the board contingent on a background check and formal acceptance. Elon's appointment to the board was to become official on the 9th, but Elon shared that same morning Okay, so this is days ago, that he would no longer be joining the board. I believe this is for the best. Wait a minute, you said Elon joining the board was for the best. Then 2 paragraphs later, you said him not joining the board was for the best. So which is it? We have and will always value input from our shareholders, whether they are on our board or not. Elon is our biggest shareholder, and we will remain open to his input. There will be distractions ahead. Nervous much? But our goals and priorities remain unchanged. The decisions we make and how we execute is in our hands and no one else's. Let's tune out the noise and stay focused on the work and what we're building. He's nervous. He's absolutely nervous. And the replies down here basically range in 2 categories. Insane leftists that just hate Elon Musk, or people that hate on Elon Musk's accomplishments simply because, he made a bunch of money gambling on Tesla, and therefore he doesn't get credit for essentially spurring the entire EV revolution in the United States, or because he got government handouts for Tesla, we're supposed to ignore the fact that the dude changed our space program more in 10 years than NASA did in 30 years. I mean, what are we supposed to, I know that there are people that don't like Elon, but give me a break. And you see a lot of these people, like this guy, a lot of people seem to be having trouble parsing through corporate legal speak. So let me give you a helpful guide. And he tries to insinuate that it was a background check as the reason why, which is, of course, not true. He should have disclosed it. SEC regulations required Musk notify the market when a stake in the social media company had surpassed 5%. He didn't do that. Of course, with 1,000 likes from morons. No, that is not why he left the board. He didn't sell down, did he? He didn't get sanctioned, did he? And you see, this is really what it is. Tank gets it. Let me break this down for you. Elon became the largest shareholder for free speech. Elon was told to play nice and not speak freely. That's exactly right. That's more succinct than I put it. Elon cannot pass Twitter's background check. To sit on the board speaks volumes. Again, another idiot, moron, dummy with 5,000 likes. No, that is not why he's not on the board. Make no mistake about it. Twitter told him that he couldn't dunk on Twitter anymore, and that was enough to make him leave. That's why he makes decisions that none of us could really understand. And that's why when I said that he was buying into Twitter as a meme, I stand by that. And I think I was correct about it, because when the going get tough, he just was like, peace, I'm out. Now, I do hope he does have a hostile taker. Here's 9,000 likes. So basically he refused to join the board so he could continue to talk junk about Twitter without getting sued. Yup. That's right. I agree. $1 billion, more money than everybody watching this video combined has, but that's the reason. I 100% am convinced of that. The copium in this thread is absolutely hilarious. Far left lunatics claiming this is some sort of victory, when what's really likely brewing is Musk is just going to throw another 4 or 5 billion at it and take over the company, because why not? What's another billion to a guy with 50 of them? I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.